Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Monday, December 7th. I hope you had a great weekend. Welcome to December. I know it's been a few days, but it's starting to shape up like winter around here, almost through this year. God. So, let's get after it. Today's workout. Our warm-up, we're going to have a dynamic range of motion like we always do, then 4 sets of 3 strict press with a 3-second negative. Okay? So we're going to press up, 1, 2, 3, press, 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth. Followed by 3 push press, and then 6 front squats. Guys, on the front squat, make sure the bar's across the rack, down in position, down up. Cool? Today's work, pretty simple. Push jerk, 5 sets of 3. We're going to hit some eccentric work for this month. Okay, our goal for December is going to be eccentric work. Cool? So, we're going to start with that today. Push jerk. We'll take the bar out of the rack. We're going to have a 3-second pause in the dip, then a 5-second negative back down to the front rack for 3 reps. So what this looks like, take the bar out of the rack, dip, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The purpose of the dip in the rack position, to work on explosiveness up. We're starting from a dead stop here. We're not doing that stretch reflex that happens when you dip and drive up. Starting from a dead stop will help you create more power over time in that position. And then the negative, back down to the front rack, is simply to build our pressing strength. Okay, we're not gaining really anything efficient in the jerk by doing a negative, other than the weight will be a little bit heavier than we can maybe do with a strict press. Therefore, that eccentric motion down is going to be a little bit more effective with a heavier weight. Okay, so we're really working on the power and the drive of the push jerk and the mechanics. And then when we stand up, strength building on the way down. For 5 sets of 3. So do that across 3 reps. Rest. Attempt to add weight to your comfort. You're going to find that these negatives and then these holds, the 3-second hold, are going to inhibit you from getting too heavy, which is still good for the eccentric work. But we'll have fun with it. Cool? Once we're done with that, today's workout is for time. It's 4 rounds for time to be exact. 25 calories on the assault bike, 17 for the ladies. 20 double kettlebell deadlifts. Max weight for guys, 53. For ladies, 35. The double kettlebell deadlift's an interesting one, right? We have to work around our feet a little bit. It's not a super wide stance. It's going to be underneath our hips. Grabbing the kettlebells. I'll turn this way so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. We'll come down. We still want a flat back, hips high, touching the ground on each rep. It's not real necessary to have like a suitcase style stand up or lower butt kind of thing. You can keep your butt high as if I had a barbell here with deadlift. Cool? And then we'll have 15 double kettlebell shoulder to overheads. There was a common theme in last week's programming with shoulder to overhead. Or not really shoulder to overhead, upper body really. We had a lot of pressing. This week, a little similar, not so much pressing. We're going to bleed right into some of the things that we were practicing last week with those presses. Kettlebell shoulder to overhead, we're in our front rack position. Driving it up. You can jerk, makes it a little bit more efficient, especially if the weight's heavy, for 15 reps. You're going to find that in the kettlebell rack position for presses, pulls down on your chest a little bit. Where we're going to run into problems with this workout is the bike, but the weight pulling down on your chest, causing you to restrict your breathing, it's going to elevate the heart rate a little bit. So our goal here, hit the bike effectively, not super max effort, too slow and you're just letting the time tick away, but you're going to have to be smart about it. Think about 100 calories total, right? The deadlifts, they're just going to jack your heart rate up a little bit. They're not going to be anything. It shouldn't be super heavy for you. Your limiting factor when deciding weight is going to be the pressing. 15 can be a lot. You may have to break them. If not, no big deal. The 20 deadlifts, just there to get some movement in and kind of keep the heart rate elevated and the breathing up a little bit. Okay? So just know that if you're having to break in 5s on the presses, the weights are probably too heavy. I would say fresh, you should be able to do 15 without putting the weight down. But after the first round, you may have to break simply because your breathing is elevated and your heart rate's elevated. So keep that in mind. Time-wise, who knows? Probably in the 15-ish, give or take, somewhere in there. Then we're going to hit a, once we're done with that, we're going to hit a 2.5-minute lizard stretch on each side, kind of cool it down a little bit, relax. Take advantage of the ClassWOD at some point today when you get a chance. Hope you're utilizing that tool. It's effective for you. And let's have a good Monday. Catch you tomorrow.